What is going on YouTube? Hit it back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we are going to be looking at Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, as well as the S&P 500. Now, specifically, we need to talk about what just happened within the XRP price chart. As you guys can see right here, we had a huge surge in volume and we had an immediate dump to the downside here. A flash crash or a flash sale just happened here. We had an immediate surge of volume and swung all the way down to like 29 cents and then reversed all the way back up. And you can see this happen literally this morning here. Now, there's no rhyme or reason as to why this happened. I was able to find a few articles and I narrowed it down to the best one, but there's really nothing much coming out right now. I'm sure as the hours go by today, we are going to see some movements here. The S&P chart is still closed this morning as expected, as we are like observing the holiday of the New Year's as of yesterday here. So today, post offices, the stock market is still going to be closed. So we're not really going to be seeing much more movements here within the S&P, or I honestly say cryptocurrency until tomorrow, and then we'll be able to see kind of what exactly is going on. But we did just see this major flash reversal to the downside here within XRP, which is just insane. And unfortunately, this could have liquidated a lot of people very quickly here, although we do believe that we do have short positions open and we are still shorting this cryptocurrency. We do believe corrections is coming. I wasn't really too worried. A flash crash to the bottom when we have anticipation of shorts is not concerning at all to me. So I am excited that it did that to the downside and not to the upside here. But we are going to be going in depth about that, as well as cryptos like Ethereum and Bitcoin. With that being said, and I'm also seeing patterns. I don't know if you're seeing the uptrend here on Ethereum. Bitcoin, maybe not so much, but we do have to talk about all this stuff right now. With that being said, definitely make sure to smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and let's dive into today's video. So before I dive into the technical analysis, I just wanted to update you guys. As you know, I do have a second channel here on YouTube, and I started it about 7 months ago. We got monetized in 7 months. What's incredible is I believe maybe I might have figured out, the YouTube algorithm just a little bit here, where my previous video had gotten 48,000 views on a 1,000 sub, channel, which is insane to me. And then my most recent video, which I dropped 3 days ago, is over 7,500 views, which is also incredible. And this is just starting to blow up as I speak. So definitely make sure to go check this out. I'm debating whether or not to make videos on like how I crack the YouTube algorithm and stuff like that. But, if you do or are interested, let me know. If you're starting your own channel, within crypto or whatever, but your own YouTube channel, let me know what you think about that down below. But recently I've been following my trend that seems to be doing pretty well in regards to, rebuilding supercars and stuff like that, basically highlighting the stories of some of these popular YouTubers. But moving on into today's video, we have to look at XRP here, which had this major flash reversal here. You can see we fell a total of, which is incredible, 14.2% in literally a couple of hours here. You can see if I zoom into the hourly chart, you can see it happened within 1 hour. It probably even happened within 30 minutes here. Yes, it did. It was probably an instant correction here. You can see it happened literally within a 1 minute scale. We had 1 minute reversal and then we immediately flashed back up to about 32 cents. And since then we've climbed higher here, but you can see exactly what happened. We had an immediate flash reversal, an immediate dump, an immediate correction back up, and we've slowly now consolidated back to the upside here, which is pretty odd that this did happen, although I'm not too worried here, and I wasn't able to find exactly why this is happening, but it is something I do want to talk about with you. Now, moving forward, you can see I do have this article pulled up here. XRP targets 35 cents following flash crash. You can see the asset crashed to 30 cents today in a shocking price hit before rising to 33 cents. XRP targets the territory of 35 cents following the crash earlier today. The asset looks to set to end its 2-session long losing streak. It has gained 1.6% in the past 24 hours. As a seasoned crypto analyst highlighted the shocking movement, claiming it could be a liquidity grab, which pretty much is what those movements are. But some individuals attributed the drop to the XRP token recently unlocking from escrow accounts. Interesting. In true transactions yesterday, Ripple unlocked 900 million XRP tokens from escrow accounts. At its current value of 34 cents as press time, XRP has scaled through the pivot point to 33 cents and conquered the first crucial resistance sitting at 34 cents, which is interesting here. The asset rally occurred in under an hour it happened within a minute following the sharp surge in trade volume. XRP is currently holding the delicate position above the second significant resistance of 34 cents, and a sustained momentum is likely to push it through the third, which is 34.69. The market will likely see 35 cent come into play once XRP can conquer that third resistance. XRP volatility price action comes amidst the uncertainty surrounding the SEC Ripple case, as XRP investors look forward to a court ruling in favor, as we all are in favor of that, and then we should see that big run. It's saying here the attorney John Deaton does not share it in his belief. He believes a legal battle will close with a court ruling based on several indications, but not limited to the lack of relevance in the hidden SEC documents on the court's summary judge decision. Despite the prevalence of remarks on the case, investors remain guarded in their investment decisions, of course, regarding the asset and trajectory of the case. It's likely to trigger sharp volatility, which could either lead to massive gains or losses, and truly, I believe it's going to lead to a massive gain within the cryptocurrency prices when it does decide to happen here. Now, moving forward, you can see it's not really necessary to talk about the flash reversal that just happened here. As you guys can see for XRP, it really hasn't affected much, and honestly was foreshadowing, in my opinion, where the level of resistance it's going to be moving to. Now, the article did mention the possibilities of swinging up to 35 cents, which I think is going to be kind of difficult, although not that important. As you guys know, we have quite a few days left in this week as we just started. Today's Monday. We have another week to confirm whether or not we're going to be breaking through this resistance. And again, really, I don't plan or want to buy into these cryptos or into XRP specifically for a long position until we can confirm breaking above this major downtrend here. As you guys can see, we've been in a major descending triangle for the longest time on XRP, filling in this gap here, and have just been consistently rejecting off this major downtrend here in purple here. Every single time we come into contact, we end up rejecting and correcting lower, and we've discussed in detail that the only time we're going to be buying in is if we can close the week ever so slightly above. So now closing at 35 cents, closing at 37 cents, 36 cents would be enough reason on a weekly closure to buy in with expectations of a rally back up to 60, 70, 80 cents here. But until that happens, we're still looking fairly bearish here. The fact that we closed last week below our purple band here is another sign that, you know, we are definitely foreshadowing 30 cents. And as I said before, I can very much see a 30-cent retest happening before we see a 70-cent XRP price. So I do believe that this correction down to 30 is coming, if not necessary, and the fact that we had this today is by no surprise to me. So we'll see how this happens, but I do believe we are going to start to fill in the gap here and then see another decision as we move forward. Now, looking at the top current coin market cap, you can see we're floating up about 1.5%, but for the most part, we're pretty much just flatlined out, maybe up 1 to 2% at most within these cryptos, but nothing really looks good. And we jump to Ethereum here, you can see I'm starting to notice maybe an ascending triangle starting to take place. If I just scale this out ever so slightly, you can see there's some sort of uptrend here that's forming, maybe a top resistance here, but I think it's a little clearer on the daily here. So you can see kind of how this looks. We have maybe a horizontal line that we could draw, a trend line of the sort, just like this, and you can see the uptrend that's actually forming here. So we are forming some sort of ascending fractal. This obviously has a bearish bias off a drop. So again, I still am a firm believer that a drop down to like $1,000 is coming for Ethereum before we see a potential reversal up higher. Truthfully, I think these cryptos have a low before a high. But in regards to the overall trades, and you can see how we're kind of filling in the gap here on the weekly charts here, you can see how we are all extremely undervalued and trading way below our moving average here. There's a huge overextension here, but I do believe very soon we should be able to reverse back up to retest about $2,000, maybe up to $2,300 on Ethereum, but I think it's going to take some time. First, though, I do believe we are going to see another retest of 1,000 before we can see that reversal back up. But inevitably, I am a very strong believer that we are going to be retesting the moving average at some point or another. Just expect a short to come first before we see the run to the upside here. Now, moving forward, you can see Bitcoin has also slightly corrected lower here, and we're starting to see the S&P 500 kind of do the same thing. Bitcoin as well is kind of falling stagnant inside a sideways channel here, kind of trending like this for quite some time now. And this is a very strong resistance as we have kind of intertwined in that level before, which I just want to show you. If history loads here, you can see we've kind of retested this area in the past, but ideally you are kind of filling in this gap here. We are consistently trending sideways inside of here, so we are waiting to see what exactly happens. And I do believe it has everything to do with the S&P, which is trading on a triple bottom formation. Ethereum, I believe, is also inside a triple bottom formation. You can see kind of how much of a resistance this is and how much, problems this was in the past year. This was June 15th. This was November. Where was June? Maybe June we didn't have this. It was much higher. You can see Bitcoin has actually fallen much lower since then, but Ethereum is also at a very critical level here. So I think that's kind of where all the markets are right now, is we're kind of stagnant, waiting on some pretty big resistances. Even though Bitcoin has fallen quicker and lower than the other cryptos, we are all in some sort of stagnant sideways channel here. If we're not forming one on Bitcoin, or if we've entered one already here. So I do believe that we are waiting patiently for the markets to kind of move, and I do believe we are in sideways channels that are just having problems right now. We are holding up, holding on for dear life, but I do believe this is going to continue to scale us down to 3,700 points and maybe even lower down to 3,500 points, but we'll see where this moves us in the future. With that being said, that's going to wrap up today's video. Definitely make sure to smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and I'll see you in tomorrow's episode. Peace.